Right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Business Tech Wednesday to my weekly new technology standard. My name is Kat. I will be, and I would like to ask space to come.
Hi, I'm sorry. So sorry. I was kicked out and luckily I'm back.
Good to have you back. Okay, I just said that we are recording the session and you will be going through this topic of enterprise agility. So off you go.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Katri. Right. So my name is Elena van Lempert and I am with the BT Forum. And today we have this very interesting topic for you, enterprise agility. I mean, the topic has become more and more prominent as many organizations are racing to become more agile. And the transformation itself, with that transformation, they can actually have impact on their bottom line, and in addition to many other benefits of being agile. But the question is, how easy is it to transform your whole organization? I mean, well, you have pressure from your customers to deliver quality and be faster with technology developments, and then you have pressure from internally with your employees, trying to fulfill their expectations and so on. So it's not that easy, and all of this, I mean, the transformation sometimes feels like driving through a car wash with a bicycle, right? So it feels very much almost impossible to have the whole organization move quickly with empowered people and retain that customer-centric thinking. So I have a short video for you today. Let's watch it and see how that's done. And then we continue after that. So.
Business and technology executives think and talk alike.
Seems we're having a little...
They need to work in an agile way, think and act more strategically, and use modern technology intelligently. But when they go about their daily work, they find themselves in meetings to resolve operational issues and in steering groups to sponsor something that seems to lack strategic thinking. They have smart people in their organizations and leadership positions, so the lack of agility and strategic thinking is not down to people. It's about how the organization works and how development is done. We have all heard and read stories of agile organizations that operate as tribes and successfully use agile methods to achieve more customer-centric results. On the other hand, many CIO or CXO colleagues talk about a culture clash when experimenting with purely agile management models. According to business, it seems that the organization serves the operating model and not the other way around. What could be the optimal way of working? It needs to promote the agility of the company, but it should not be too puritanical to fit the current culture and organizational model. First, we need to go beyond buzzwords and think about what we really mean by enterprise agility.
Get people in business and technology roles to co-create together every day. Empower teams to design business and decide on solutions. Promote the usage of shared objectives and key results to improve collaboration across functions. Promote rolling strategic thinking across business value streams. Keep governance structures lean and mean, support culture change.
Don't underestimate the need to talk about cultural change. Do not ban topics that don't hinder agility.
Projects have a long history and are still good. If you ban them, you will see a lot of false agility that will ruin the agile culture. Financial management, budgeting, and business cases are not against agility. They are still needed to drive business priorities. Planning, design, portfolio management, and coordinating steering and governance are all needed in agility.
Okay, so we can agree on the agile principles. How can enterprise agility be put into practice?
First, make sure that all products, solutions, and services have an owner, a backlog, and a person to lead the development. Secondly, development collectives are set up to do business design and prepare development initiatives. More business orientation and more strategic demand planning. Business leaders and stakeholders are equipped with design methods that are simple enough to be used regularly by non-professional designers and that promote strategic and human-centered thinking. Third, value streams provide a strategic mission and funding for the development collective. The value stream is led by a business executive and orchestrated by a technology executive. Finally, we have a few enterprise-level steering bodies and cross-value stream operation center to ensure synergies of scale and scope. However, they operate under the principle of minimum viable governance.
Now we have the key elements to enterprise agility. Executives lead strategic missions through value streams. Business leaders are designing the business more strategically and creating more meaningful demand for development teams with clear roles and mandate to deliver results without redundant governance. If you prefer more trendy agile terminology, you can call value streams, tribes, and development initiatives resulting from business planning, epics, and portfolio stages, PIs, as in program increments. Business and technology executives now spend time with development collectives on business design and value stream steering to ensure focus on strategic missions. Development initiatives, their implementation, and the use of enterprise software are becoming more business-driven and relevant from a strategic perspective.
All right, that was short and to the point. And if you want to watch that video again on your own time or share it with someone else, we have that video actually on our website, which is managebt.org. Let me just show that to you. And we have it actually on the front page here. So you can click on that, and of course, also you can subscribe to our YouTube channel directly to get more videos like that. So there was a couple of points that I wanted to highlight regarding the video, and also it might be new terminology for some of you. So let's get to that. The first one is about value stream and development collectives. So if we look into what it is that makes an enterprise agile, it is not having so much governance levels. So you need to keep that lean. And the value stream is one of the levels that would enable focus on value, essentially. So how do you define a value stream? It's essentially, it has an end-to-end objectives to create business value using the operating model. So all of the value streams are using the same operating model, and each value stream has its own business owner, as you can see here. And it has as well the mission statements and financial plan and portfolio visibility, essentially. And what it does, it uses the value stream, which has a flow, uses the same operating model, which is in a flow, sort of demand development and service operations or disciplines. So it enables value-based thinking in a totally different level and eliminates silos. So if I look at the illustration here that on the screen, you can see that the value stream has a specific mission to fulfill, and it is supported by the owner and a steering group, essentially. And they implement their mission by establishing these development collectives. The development collectives, in turn, has essentially creates the development vision and the roadmap. And the initiatives that come out of that is transferred to the value streams portfolio steering. So that's how this whole value stream functions essentially. And the next thing that I wanted to highlight is about the method that was mentioned in the video, and that's the designing method that promotes both strategic thinking and the human-centered thinking. And how does that work? So let me show you where that comes from. And that's from the, if we go back to the website, I'm going to open it from there. So in managebt.org, we have something called downloads, and these downloads area has a lot of different articles that you can, by the way, read. But the article that contains the actual method for this human-centered planning is the one that's called human-centered planning, of course. You can download it from there. And if I look from here, let's go through shortly what that article contains and what does that method actually mean. So it is the human-centered planning method is a method that complements the more procedural architecture method for capability planning. And it's more for phenomenon-based capability planning, something that you cannot see beforehand, something that you need to sort of investigate and in a way that you need to keep like the human or the person in the center of the implementation, or let's say the design is more like a better word for it. Here, this article contains the description of differences between the two methods. So capability planning is one of the demand sources in the BT standard. We named 4 of them, and capability planning is one of them. And this method is complementary to the more procedural method. So it's explained here in the article for you. And then here we also see actually the planning approach, how the cycles go, what is needed, what tools, what context and dynamics that you need to do. It also explains to you the development collective a little bit more detailed, so you can read from there. And we also go in a bit more detailed into the cycles, what they mean, what is the output, what is your expectation, when should be doing what, and there are 10 different actions that needs to be done. And this, what is shown also sort of illustrated in the video as well, is the actual, let's say, method, and it's called the context. With the context, we actually enable a very simplistic way for stakeholders to be involved. And that's why we're saying that, hey, executives can actually do the design themselves, because literally they don't need to have a steep learning curve, how to use the methods and so on. They are the ones that have the knowledge of the business, and they should be involved in the design. And this is why this approach suits them very well. And with the context, you're able to get the interactions and the dynamics. And with that, of course, you are able to, let's say, set your vision for the development, and from there, have a roadmap towards the development initiatives. Here's an example of vision statements. So vision statements are, of course, very like normal vision statements. You need to be concrete and develop in your vision, and also measurable and so on. So those are, you can read about that. You can create roadmaps out of those, and easier to see. We also here define the 10 different activities, or actually I think 10 or 11, but different capability planning activities that are allocated, that are, let's say, mapped with the cycles that I showed you earlier. So these colors will map them to the cycles. And here we are also giving a concrete example how these tools are used. So it's a very interesting article, and I hope you download and have time to actually look through them. There are other things here as well, as planning the roadmap and so on. Okay, so you'll find that at the website for downloads. And of course, all the other articles are also here, so you can see which articles you're interested in if there's something else that you want to dive into. And we actually also offer a more deeper understanding on everything. So if you are interested in having a little bit more knowledge or deeper, let's say, understanding on each of these areas, there are extensions available, and they're also, of course, free to use with adequate competence. And my colleague Katri will be telling us more about that. What I wanted to highlight about the extension is that we are actually releasing a new extension for the cities development in particular. So it's called Human-Centered Development of Well-being and Vitality in Cities. And that extension contains very concrete examples on how cities can use the tool that I just mentioned to you, the method and the approach to actually develop their services and so on. And it's really, really interesting. So if that's something that you are, let's say, interested in, then you need to be a bit vigilant on when we're going to release the let's say, training to be able to get those documents. All right, but now perhaps Katri, would you like to tell us more about the trainings?
Yes, thank you, Elena. Right, so maybe one thing to say already now about this is that, of course, when you are thinking of getting the training for BD standards, so we have both what we called open courses, and our training center now is located in Malaga in Spain, and there we have training courses that are available for anyone to take part, so you can just sign up. There are kind of area-specific trainings for different parts of the BD standard or different areas. And how we do it is that if you yet are not a BD standard on a practitioner level yet, that is an old course. So when you sign up, for instance, to a designer course, there is a one-day practitioner course beforehand. So all in all, as the practitioner level is a prerequisite to the designer, is a 3-day course that you have to take. There we go in the practitioner course. We actually go through all these extensions that Elena briefly mentioned. Those are those materials that are not directly downloadable at the website. They are more specific extensions and really detailed models and frameworks there. So we go through those, and then for each specific area, we then have a designer course. Should you then want to learn which are the best ways to adapt that particular area into your organization. So those are all available, and you can find them actually from the same website, so managepd.org, and just by clicking then training, you get to this page, what I'm showing to you. I would like to highlight to you that there is still, during this year, we are proposing you to get certified to the first level, which is the green card level. So if you are interested to take in the green card exam, you can just contact us. Maybe Elena, if you have a possibility, type in the address. So info@bdforum.org. You can just tell us that you would like to take the exam, and that basically consists of everything that is available on the website. That is the standard itself that you can browse through here and read if you want, chapter by chapter, and then take the exam. So that is still available until end of the year, free of charge for you. So those were the training options for the so-called open courses that we run in Malaga. Then, of course, if your organization wants to have a course for several people, you can contact us as well. And then, of course, we provide training courses for specific organizations also. So just let us know if you are interested in getting more training on the BD standard. Then We have, as we are having our other office, the VD Forum is also located in Finland. We have other activities sometimes here in Finland. And for that, I'm sorry, this is gonna be in Finnish, but we are then actually trying out or asking you to try out these methodologies that Elena just described, this human-centered planning methodology in a hackathon that is gonna happen next week. There's a Friday evening and a Saturday morning when we are actually going to show all these models, and we are going to actually use a concrete example case that we are gonna sort of solve during that hackathon. So if you are interested, please go to the Finnish model, which is the bt-malli.fi, and you can then sign up there, or just send us an email and we will tell you how to do it. So that's happening, and another event that we are this time running only in Finland is the Digital Leadership Day. It's an annual conference in Finland, and we will that will happen on January 18th. So we are combining elements from Circus there as well, but of course we are gonna present some really hopefully interesting topics by this very well-known speakers as well. So this is organized together with our partner Vakaru. So if you go to oppia.fi, you can then sign up to that conference over there. I guess we don't have any questions on the chat over there, but then as said, if you need anything, if you want us to, for instance, come and talk to you with your organization, more people in your organization for an hour or two, we are happy to do that. So let's just be in contact and let us know, and we can organize specific sessions to your organization as well. Thank you for taking part to this, and I don't see anybody writing any questions, so this is it for this time. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you, bye-bye.